Hello, I'm Leanne. I'm a light worker and mother to 3 special girls. I strive to continue learning, growing, and to collect new skills. I'm a psychic medium, Reiki master teacher, and an Akashic Records reader and healer. I am so excited to share what I've learned, what I'm going to learn, and the ups and downs of life. Thank you for joining me on my journey. Welcome to the Life of a Lightworker podcast. Hello. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Today I'm going to be talking about self-care and selfishness. But first, I pulled a card. The card I pulled is from the Rebecca Campbell Work Your Light Oracle deck. And the card that came up is Lumeria, Creating Heaven on Earth, It's Happening. And I've received this card quite a few times. I think more than any other card in this deck. So I find that quite interesting. All right, so to read into the energy of this card for right now, I see a horizon. I see we're on a cusp. We're on the edge. We're on the brink. We are the precipice of a change. And it feels like a really big change that's been happening or that's been building up for a long time. And it feels like we're just going to go over the edge a little bit. And I feel like the edge isn't going to be sharp. It's going to be a bit of an incline. So you're not necessarily going to notice that you're going over the edge, that the change is happening. But energetically, it has. And it's going to end up to be really good. It's a really good change. And it's really exciting. And it feels like it's getting closer and closer and closer. Because I've been feeling this energy build up for months, and we're just getting so close. I can feel it. It's palpable now. I can just feel it in my fingers. It's really exciting. I'm really excited to see how it's going to play out in life here. I know how the energy is going to feel, but I wonder the events, how those are going to play out. It's going to be really lots of change. And I find change exciting. So it's going to be a lot happening soon. Buckle up. All right. So for today's podcast, I just took my laptop and I went to a cafe and I just started typing. And then what came is this podcast. As I'm writing this podcast, I'm in a busy local cafe. And the talking around me blends together and it all sounds like noise. Twisting together and feeling the flow and the lack of flow in areas. And then letting it go around me and not into me. Focusing on what my goal is. And once I connect with Source, the chatter all goes away. I don't feel anything but the love of the universe. And I can feel the energy flow through me and out. The most important thing about Source energy is that we're not supposed to keep it. We channel it. We let it heal us and others, and then it circulates back into the earth and into the universe. We cannot keep it, and if we intend to keep it and not give it, it's too much for us to take. It slowly eats away at us. Selfishness is the true sense where we don't think of others, and it will devour us. Don't get me wrong, we need to think about ourselves. We need to have a balance of give and take, or we won't be able to give as much as possible. You can actually give more when you find the perfect balance than if you only give. So if you, like me, tend to give and think of others more than you think of yourself, I hope this perspective helps give you the push needed to think more about yourself and what you want and need. You will be able to give more once you start taking care of yourself. And then I went into the Akashic Records and I went to the library and I asked for a book about self-care and selfishness. And this is the book that came down. It was ratty and tattered. It felt like it had been beaten and warped. And the original contents were all there, but something or someone had tried to mess with the book. It feels like something bigger than a single person has been manipulating the world to weaken the people, mostly women. Disempower and dampen them, limit their capabilities. I feel like it's the people in power from a long time ago. It feels like the churches that were hungry and like to be in the power. But this feels more than just keeping people in their place. It's originated from a place of knowledge of the universe and energy. It's an energetic attack, not just a physical one. They are using love as a cover or disguise. They are tricking people. I'm getting the reference of bugs coming to eat sweet honey and then getting stuck and then not being able to free themselves. It's hard to get out of the honey when a rope is in your blind spot. I asked how we, the general population, awakened and not awakened, to free ourselves and to free others. And I received, to free ourselves, you need a dramatic twist in your life to allow you to see life differently, to allow you to see the rope. When someone has taught a rope to you, it is not people deliberately educating people who don't want to hear it. It is being your best self, being the person you are meant to be. When you are in alignment and your purpose, you are shining a light so brightly that your light will turn into a rope for those who need it. Allow people to come to you. Don't chase them. We must not convert people. You must not push what you believe and think onto people. Living what you believe and think is how change happens. It will ripple out and reach further than you ever could have imagined. When I was channeling this originally, I got focused on how this book looked and why it was so ratty. And you can tell that when you go into the record, what you're thinking and feeling shows in what they show you, and so on and so forth. So I didn't actually get to read the book. I was so focused on why the book looked that way. So now I'm going to just do some live channeling on self-care and selfishness. I'm going to go back in and read that book. All right. Okay, so they are showing me the book and I'm getting imagery. I see this fountain, this with water spouting out of the top. And they're just showing me the difference between a well that's just trickling and a well that's full throttle. And it's just the difference of the splatter that comes off the well, how far the spray goes. It's like when you go to Disney, if you went to like a splash park and you have the splash zone, right? So the bigger the splash, the further it goes. So you're the splash. The more that you have in you, the bigger splash you can make, the further your splash, which is your light, can go. And they're just showing me that, from what I've said before, it's okay. We have been conditioned by the people in power to be little, be small, so that our light doesn't get big enough to splash, to ripple. That power wants us to be small so we don't cause change, because they're scared of change and they know how powerful us regular people are. And they know that a collective, so many people with the same goals, can do more than just one person. So they're trying to stop this configuration, this grouping. The purpose would be to shine their light. It's just to be bright. That's the goal. So everyone being happy and showing kindness to others, that's what we're supposed to do. That's the whole reason. That's for us being here right now in this point in time. We'll have to shine our light. We have to be light workers. We have to point our candle, point our flame, our torch in all directions and illuminate the darkness around us. To recap, we must put ourselves first half the time in order to be able to put others first the other half. As you have heard so many times, you can't fill a person's cup when yours is empty. But it's not even that. When you are full, you can exponentially give more than what you could have with a less empty cup. One full cup can do the energetic work of 4 full half cups. Mathematically, and for efficiency's sake, it makes much more sense to take care of yourself so that you can have a full cup and spread your love to so many more people. And also, the best way we can help others who are stuck in the honey is to shine as brightly as you can, be your full self, fully embody your purpose, enjoy life, and have fun. We are meant to live a joyous life, do what makes you happy, and be fully present when you do them. Thank you so much for listening. I would love a rate and review. And I am on YouTube, and I have a website, spruceenergyhealing.com, and I'm on Instagram. My Instagram and my YouTube is both Spruce Energy Healing if you want to learn more about me. If you have any questions, I would love to hear them. I hope you have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for listening.